guys, and welcome to the preview for Vaal racing. Yesterday was a pretty decent day, especially that double that did come through for us yesterday, as we could clearly see the Enian double. Show you what I mean by that. Greg Enian, here we go. So Greg Enian here, the 2.79, the best rated in the second race, by the 2.76 average, the best rated in the last race, Matthew the King. So the second and the eighth race double came through at 35-1. Lady Catherine, the greenie, and Matthew the King, the other greenie. Very nice return for us for the day. But let's move over to the Vaal for today, and we start off in the first, where it does look like a little bit of a two-horse race between Captain's Run and Heaven's Girl. Based on that one run, so there's not a whole lot to go by. It's an 800 meters. You can see Paul Peter and Gavin Lorena did have a bit more support previously, 1.45 to 1.4 in the market, and Captain's Run was finishing second on that same run, 3.5 drifted to 7.5 and was 2.25 lengths ahead. They meet each other on the exact same terms today. So, yeah, Heaven's Girl might have had a bad run, might actually be improving faster, but there is a 2.25 lengths between these two. And if none of these first timers are great, then I think it's Captain's Run or Heaven's Girl. Third choice, Vanetta, the Janssen van Vieren and Chase Majan. A little bit of respect for Vanetta, because if we move over to the second race, you'll see Janssen van Vieren also has Star of the West. And here again, this is a bit of a tricky contest, and we're taking a little bit of a chance here in our bipod, because the betting doesn't suggest that 7 and 9 is the only ones in this race. But these are all first timers, so you've got to respect the first timer support and maybe throw in the one that gets the biggest support for this race. But the bipod, I've gone with 798, Star of the West, Arctic Skyline, and Starry Winter Night. Waishong Mowing and Waiho Mowing team up together. But there's not a whole lot to go by, so I can't say too much about this. Apart from, as you can see, there's flames for Waiho Mowing and Waichong Mowing, and there's flames for Fortune and Doormeyer, so Irfan's boy does deserve a little bit of a mention as well, but I'm hoping to get through the bipod with 7, 9 and 8. Star of the West did have a really decent run. You can see that Arctic Skyline's getting 2.5 kilos off the back today, and it might be a Paul Peter double that's trying to attempt here with Heaven's Girl and Arctic Skyline. So a bit of respect here for Paul Peter in the first two as well. Judging on the one run that I've seen so far, I see there was a third on Star of the West and a fourth on Arctic Skyline. I could only imagine these are in two separate races. Yes, maiden juvenile plate for fillies and maiden juvenile plate for mares. The times of this on the same date here, 58.61 and 58.33. Yeah, very similar, but the one thing that Arctic Skyline is getting at 2.5 kilos less today, from 60 to 57.5, and that will definitely mean he is more competitive here. And Star of the West on the same. So yeah, I might say that Arctic Skyline is maybe for me the right favorite in this race, with third choice Starry Winter's Night. That's only got the best statistical form and intent. Fourth choice Irfan's Boy, Ashley Fortune and Doormeyer. So the family members is getting up to Vaal to ride. So yeah, we could expect that Ashley Fortune will be trying on something with Doormeyer today. Just trying to find out which one it is actually to get through that. But the first two races, better set less than set than nothing, because there's a lot of first timers in that race. Moving on to the third race, and clearly you can see that the algorithms is not expecting this race to be so easy. I can also see the length is quite huge against the industry class here, which is a 1600 class G. So it's a field full of battlers, to be quite honest with you, in this race. And I've gone for a bit of a rough 20-1 shot as my first choice. Light Warrior, which is the only runner for Chris Jonker, getting back to the 1600 meters again, and Bantam taking the ride. The exotic ranking picks it up as first. Pretty consistent, 3 lengths, 5 lengths, 9 lengths, 6 lengths, 5 lengths, 2 lengths, so it's not far off. Best adjusted time, best speed rating, best form, but really a tough race here. My second choice is Gokun Terzi with Aldo Doormeyer taking the ride, and the tongue tie is being removed again today. And if I'm looking back at the last time when the tongue tie was off the 1600 Vaal Classic, there was betting support from 4 into 3.85 in the market, with a decent time 60.51 on the Vaal Classic 1600, and a little bit of a nibble 4 from 3.85, and there was also a Doormeyer run before that on 1000 meters where you could clearly see there's a bit of support on this horse, so something they must be thinking that it should do better, because there is always a little bit of a nibble. Even the 1400 here from an 8 to a 6.5 when Gavin Larena was taking the ride. So my second choice here is In Abundance, in what I can only say is a very tough race to get through. My third choice, Sean Terry with Lyle Hewitson here, 1600 meters, taking the extra 200 meters for the first time. Also getting blinkers fitted for a further distance of 200 meters is a bit of a interesting, and yeah, maybe he prefers the 1600 and he just wants to be more handy. So that's my third choice. My fourth choice is going to Irish Rain, and Shimango Kumalo takes the ride today, which is Flames on Lead and Kumalo. Lead's only got 2 for the day, so more reason for me to think that with these bat 42 days figure on that 9.56 over the 1400 meters, maybe deserve a bit of respect. Decent time, 60.34 for a 1400 meters. So that will be my fourth choice, and then it doesn't stop there. I've really loaded up in this race. Victor Laszlo is my fifth choice again. Peter and Larena trying the 1600 meters. If I'm judging on the 1400 Vaal figure when Warren Kennedy was riding, it probably wasn't ready because it drifted from 11 to 14 on debut. And today Gavin Larena takes the ride, goes that a little bit further to 1600 meters. There was improvement from 6th to 3rd, only 1.5 lengths off the last time. Still no market support the last time when it ran, but so yeah, I clearly don't make it the all-out favourite, Victor Laszlo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Victor Laszlo wins or runs 8th. So a bit of a tricky contest for this. I've also gone with Purple Shadow, and the overall ranking pops up as the first in this race. Has done the 1600 Vaal the last time with Jason Gates, that remains in the saddle, and decent third, 2.75 lengths behind the winner. Clinton Binder and Jason Gates did have a winner on Tuesday as well. Purple Shadow clearly improved on his last run, from the 11th of November, 21.6 lengths behind, to the 5th of December, 12.3 lengths behind. We've got another 12 days. Purple Shadow is definitely one to be considered. He did like the yielding going here. So you can see yielding and soft going was in there. He did do pretty well on that yielding going. In fact, he did beat In Abundance on that same race, 3.4 lengths to 2.75 lengths. And Purple Shadow also gets an extra 4 kilos off the back from 60 to 56 kilos today. So that'll surely also help. Purple Shadow can't be overlooked. One of only 2 runners for Clinton Binder. Then it still doesn't stop there. I don't like this race. Mike de Cox only got 2 for the day. Sherman Brown takes the ride. He did take the 1800 in a open MR71 the last time. Clearly already trying to run in the merit rated races, and judging on that run wasn't all that bad. He was also in soft going, but the run before that was the one that made me sit up here, grazing in the grass, an 1800 Turfontein inside track, and was support from 4.25 to 2.85, 2.5 lengths behind the winner, and a decent 13.99 bat with a bomb roll figure of 5 lengths better than industry standard. Clearly the adjusted time wasn't all that great, and that's why those bat figures didn't do all that well, going back to 13 lengths. But I think Racing in the Grass is another that could be respected. So now we're already on 7 horses in this race, and it doesn't stop there. I think Parallax, now with the tongue tie fitted, was a decent run. Good support, 2.5 to 3.85 in the market. The 1200, Zaki retains the ride, was a decent bat figure. The bat curve the best, but purely because it's only 1 run. It's coming back for 3 months later for the 1600 meters. Have to respect Lucky Houdalakis, one of only 2 for him for the day. And then another one, Jumeirah Gold at 14 to 1, also only had the 1 run. Started at 8 to 1, drifted to 33 over the 1160 Turfontein. Gets a decent jockey on Callan Murray, only 3 for Callan Murray for the day. So I would not be surprised if this Jumeirah Gold could upset as well. Does have the best pace, median speed 1706, and if he can carry on 1160 Turfontein, then you never know, he could actually go on another 440 meters at the Vaal and be competitive in this event. Tough race to get through, guys. I have loaded up tremendously. 3, 2, 6, 9, 15, 16, 4, 11 and 10. All of those in my bipod and PA, and I've actually thrown in 17 and 18 as well. Ricardo, Dorisham and Schwartz, and Catch Me Holly, the other Binder runner, with Solomon's taking the 2.5 kilos off the back. There's 10.12, not that bad. And Dorisham 11.77 on that last run on the 5th of November. Could also bring it into the reckoning here. So take as many as you can. Don't back anything on the nose in this race, I would imagine. Race 4. Okay, so race 4, little bit better of normality here. I've only got 4 horses in the bipod, 5, 6, 10 and 3. Let's start with the 5, Castle Corner. This is at 2000 meters, and Castle Corner has been ever so consistent. 3rd, 2nd, 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 2nd. And it takes the extra 400 meters today with Gavin Larena, the new jockey, on board. I certainly won't think that this is a 4 to 10 shot, but I certainly do think that it could win. It just seems to like the number 2 box a hell of a lot better, and I won't be surprised if it gets beaten again today. So my second choice here is a horse that tried at 2000 last time, Mr. Blue Sky, and he started off well, 3rd on the 1700 Vaal over this course, and then he's had the 1600 Turfontein 7th, and the 2000 he's been 6th, quite a bit, 10 lengths behind the winner. But has at least got the 2,000 meters under the belt. My third choice is his stable companion, and that is Pamushana's Pride. And Pamushana's Pride tried the 1600 Turfontein, ran third, 11 lengths behind the winner. And if Castle Corner likes to be finishing second, these are the kind of horses that may just surprise him. Mr. Blue Sky's debut run was very decent, 2.5 lengths behind the winner. And then a roughie in fourth position here, Royal Siege. And Tyrone Zaki's only got two for the day. Royal Siege got the best overall ranking, the best form, and the 2000 Vaal Blue Bat. It was running sixth, and doesn't look all that great. They're running sixth, but this is a field of strugglers, and his other 2000 meters was third and fifth and fourth. And he's lost a bit of form if you look at 2.4 to 4 to 6 to 7 to 10 lengths. And then he improved over the 2600 to 2.75 lengths with Schwartz on board. And he's improved back from 11 to 8.75 lengths on his last run. Interesting to note that 1.5 kilos off his back again today with Jeffrey Seister's only got 2 for the day. And Jeffrey Seister's been riding really well. So I've thrown in Royal Siege as a bit of a roughie that could upset the cards here. So those 4 is in my bipod, and in the pick 6 I've also added After Me, the Stephen Moffat and Colin Story runner. He's had very little support in the market so far, but he's been there about 7 lengths, 9 lengths in his last 2 runs. The 2000 Vaal, he was running 7 lengths behind the winner. His speed rating is pretty decent at 95.05, so maybe another one that could potentially make this pick 6 pay. We did find the pick 6 on Tuesday for only 1,600 Rand paid among us 800,000 Rand, and that was based on these algorithms here. So we've done the same by looking at these algorithms today. Moving on to the 5th race, and here we only have 3 runners in the bipod, and that is Smiley River, League of Her Own, and another roughie carrying 53 kilos today with pacifiers on Dance with the Dragon. Only runner for Michelle Creer and Jared Penny. You can see these back figures are again nothing really that looks pretty good. And again 2,400 meters, so only runner for Philip Labushachny. Dennis Schwartz takes the ride here. His last run was pretty decent over the Blue Bat, the same exact course and exact distance, and that was the 17th of November when he was carrying only 50 kilos. So he has an extra 10 kilos to be carrying today. Another only runner, Stephanus Bortma with Sherman Brown on League of Her Own, is my second choice here. And the 1800 is recently has not been as good as his 2,000 meters Turfontein Inside when he was running third. He had some better form here, came from a bit of a rest, and did get some market support from 12 into 5 to 1. And I'm expecting him to be a bit better today. He's got the most greedy points, the best stat form, the best intent, and the best 168-day back figure. And for third, bit of a roughie at 20 to 1, pacifiers on today. Jared Penny takes the ride again, and 6th over the 2,400, 8 lengths behind the winner on that run, and nothing really to write home about as far as the form, but again another only runner that could all of a sudden just get better and pop up here today. Then for the pick six, I've added Veldflower, Baron Butters, and Kachitso Matsunyane. You can see that there's been a first over the 2000 Vaal Maiden and another first over the 1800 Turffontein. And the 2400 could have just been that little bit too far when finishing 7th, but we'll give him another chance today. So, apologies, so that's my 4th choice, and my 5th choice is Lyle Hewitson and Michael Azzi, trying the 2,400 meters. Again, a bit of a jockey intent booking here on Mike Azzi and Lyle Hewitson, best adjusted time. Trying the 2,400 meters again, was decent, second, first, fourth, third, fourth, and the last coming back from a bit of a rest over the 1,800 meters. Now he's back over the 2,400 meters. The sash is the last one of Bolt Fortune is the last one of the pick six that I'm including here. 6 runners in the pick six in this race. Gavin Lorena, bit of an intent booking, had a lot of support, 1.25, 1.35, 2.5, 3.5, and maybe a fillies and mares 83 was a bit too much to bite after winning the maiden over the 2,000 meters. Now he's coming back after 6 weeks after a little bit of a rest. Does carry 4.5 kilos more, but these bum roll figures looks pretty decent. And Stuart Pettigrew only has the 2 for the day, so Bold Fortune is another one for the pick 6. As you can see, I've loaded up those 2 legs quite a bit, and now coming to the back end, we've tapered off a lot where there's not that many picks in the last bits. So in the 6th race, I have only got the 3 runners, Nina Amelia, Rapid Fire, and Diamonds and Dust, a bit of a roughie at 14 to 1 with Clinton Binder and Shimungo Kumalo riding 1,000 meters. You can see clearly that Nina Amelia's 1,000 meter Vaal form, that length of zeros here, way better than the rest here. So that will most definitely be my first choice in this race, judging on that very good previous run on the 26th of November, 57.15 over 1,000. Really decent effort as well. So you can see that's 59 kilos carried, carries 60 today. So that was pretty good, pretty decent effort, and wouldn't be surprised if he's in the mix again today. For second Rapid Fire, Mike Azzi and Lyle Hewitson. Lyle Hewitson taking the ride, a bit of an intent booking here. The tongue tie goes off. And if I take it back to the tongue tie, it runs without here. Grade 3 fillies, grade 3 mares. Was running in some very strong runs earlier. Does have the best bat curve in the field, so has to be respected as the favourite. And then there's a bit of a roughie here as my 3rd choice, that 1,000 Vaal Classic fillies and mares 72. When Calvin Habib was taking the ride, was a good 57.97. A good bat figure there for 7.92, which is close to Rapid Fire 7.77. And therefore at 14 to 1 from the number 1 draw, won on its 2nd time of asking when making huge strides from being 29 lengths behind the winner to winning, starting price of 88 to 1. So clearly one that Clinton Binder is playing with, and given that Shimongo Kumalo takes the ride today, the best exact distance median speed on that 17.12 figure there. Diamonds and Dust is the 3rd selection, and a bit of a roughie to include in my pick 6. And I'm only going to go with those 3 in my pick 6, the 4, the 1, and the 8. If you're interested in the rest, my 4th choice is Big City Girl, then Clock Stopper, Villa Grand, another bit of a roughie at 20 to 1, given the bum roll 168 and bum curve is the best in the field here. Matches only got 2 for the day, but clearly of those 2, the Muzieni Nina Amelia is my better one. And then my 7th choice is Raisa, Ashley Fortune, and Elda Doormeyer, and maybe that's why Elda Doormeyer is coming to the course today. Improvement to be expected only on his 5th run to date. He has been running pretty well, winning on his maiden at 3rd chance of asking. His adjusted time is not close to the 57s that I see on Nina Amelia, so Nina Amelia is definitely my preferred one, although Nina has only done it on that one occasion. Raisa the next best, and Claire Morris is my 8th, the old timer that's still plugging along. Be surprised if Claire Morris wins, but we'll keep on trying. So only the 3, the 4, the 1, and the 8. We'll pick 6. 7th race, and here we have Tropic Sun as a banker, potentially a pick 6 banker. I have, however, gone with the 2, 3, and 1 in my PA. Tropic Sun, Southern Charm, and Greens, Paul Peter and Gavin Arena. So his last Southern Charm's last run, the 1200 Vaal graduation, was a really good run, but he was carrying 54.5 kilos. Today he's carrying 5.5 more to 60. That bat figure was the best, even with that adjustment of the weight. So he's definitely my first choice here. Southern Charm, my second choice, has some decent form, 1st, 2nd, 1st, and 4th. Muzieni taking the ride, and then Greens, my 3rd choice, with a bit of a roughie in 4th. Peyton's Tears, Lucky Hoodalakis. He does look a little bit better than the 16 to 1. He's getting pacifiers on today. Chase Majan takes the ride. 2nd, 1st, and 5th. Clearly not a bad general overall horse here that might just pop up from a really good price at 16 to 1. And the 5th choice, Ashley Fortune, with the lightning bolt here, very consistent. 2nd, 2nd, 1st, 5th, 3rd, 2nd, 8th, and 1st. And this could also be the reason why Elder Dermeyer is coming to town. Letitia's Angel, some decent back figures, last 9.87. You can see it has been improving, and 1st, 2nd, and 1st definitely has to be respected in this field. So 2, 3, 1, 4, and 8 was the pick 6. All of them. Maybe take a chance on 2, 3, 1, but 2, 3, 1, 4, 8 is what I've done for my pick 6 here. And then moving on to the very last race, race 8. And here there's 2 runners that's 65 points and 64 points, Rise as 1 and Forever Light. Those are my first 2, 5, and 7. And maybe taking a bit of a chance here in my pick 6 with just 5 and 7. My 3rd choice being Midnight Caller, with some more improvement expected. Did win the only attempt on the 1400 Vaal, which is the blue bat, exact same course and distance. And if I look at Rises 1, his last run was by far the best on the bat figures. Blue bat 5.43. You can see Forever Light 12.65 and Midnight Caller 13.49. So clearly Rises 1's last run was really decent enough, and there was some support in the market, was a good second, and trying that 1400 again today, he would be a strong runner for me. Rise as 1. Forever Light, my 2nd choice, with Muzieni being booked again. Muzi was 1st and 2nd on the 2 attempts here on Forever Light. Fani Broncos' only run for the day. Clearly his back figures is not as good as Rises 1's. So Rises 1 is my 1st choice. Forever Light, my 2nd choice. Midnight Caller, my 3rd choice. And the 4th choice would go to Silver Master here, with the best adjusted time and the best speed rating. Trying the 1400 meters today. Craig Zaki takes the ride. That's my 4th choice. Back to Black, Doris Sham is my 5th choice. He's done okay the last bit on 1400 meters, and he's pretty decent here, but his back figures is not quite in the same league as those lengths that I've seen on Rises 1. So I'm going to stick with Rises 1 as my first choice here. After Back to Black, my sixth choice would be Heart of a Legend, Gorkum Terzi, Aldo Doormeyer. Trying the 1400 Vaal again, clearly not as good as Rises 1. They did run against each other. 5.8 lengths and 0.75, so there was 5 lengths between the two on that. Fillies and Mares 72 on the 17th of November. So I would definitely think that Rises 1 should have his measure again here. Swiss Bank, my 7th choice. Just recently winning his maiden and then running in Pangeni in Turffontein, which was a little bit too much for his liking from a bad draw as well. So now that Lyle Hewitson comes back on him, taking the 1400 again, Swiss Bank is a bit of a roughie to be better back over the 1400 meters, and with his favourite jockey Lyle Hewitson back on the board. So that'll be my 7th choice in this. And my 8th choice, Corvette Captain, Janssen van Vieren, best median speed, and some erratic form up and down, second, first, third, and then recently gone off the boil. And maybe we'll come back to run a better run again today now that the blinkers gets removed and only the Alamites is on, where you go back to these Alamites only, second and fifth. Look like I might be getting back into a bit, trying with only the Alamites booked today. Okay, so where does that leave us? The pick six is at the bottom here, the PA, the bipod, the jackpot. My best runners for the day, I would think, would be Rises 1 is one that I really like. Tropic Sun is one that I really like. Nina Amelia is one that I really like. And then before that, it really gets tricky for me. Nothing else that I really, even Star of the West, Arctic Skyline could definitely beat it, and Captain's Round Heaven's Goal could definitely beat it for the Paul Peter double. So my most liked horses for the day: Nina Amelia, Tropic Sun, and Rise as 1. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoy the video, and please subscribe and leave a like or a comment so I know, do I need to make it shorter, or probably, because it's been a bit too long today. But hope you have fun at the Vaal, and hope we are in the queue for the pick 6 again.